I was in Yenegua in Bayelsa State and taking a stroll in town, and I discovered that the main bowl in Yenegua, that is for Bayelsa State, is called Samson Siasa Stadium. The day that was unveiled, Samson, how did you take it?
I'm highly honored and then very appreciative. I'm very glad the Bayelsa State government could do that for me as a living legend. I'm overwhelmed. I'm very grateful to the state for doing that. I'm not the only player that actually played in the national team from Bayelsa State, but I've done a lot. The state has given me too much. Even when I was coaching as a young coach, the governor gave me some money to take these players, to Europe to camp them, and that was why I said good for me whenever I wanted them. When I went to the governor, he said, "Samson, this is your state. What can I do for you as a son of the soil?" When I went for him to assist the under 20s to prepare in France to assist her with some money, and that's what he told me. So the state has been wonderful to me. Like, so, great honor, you know, legend, and the state named after you. Monique. I'm very grateful.
You might have followed the news on the media. Mila Roger has gone on front asking that they name the stadium in Japoma in Douala after him. What's your take on that?
I think they should. Roger Miller is one of the greatest players that ever worked the world. Or not talk about Cameroon as an individual. His name is everywhere, written everywhere in the world when it comes to football. I think they should name that stadium after him. He has done so much for the country. I think he deserved a stadium named after him. We all know Roger Miller, what he did in 1990 World Cup, and how he helped Cameroon and African country to be, to a great World Cup. And I think it deserves everything that the government was supposed to give to him. And naming a stadium after him would be wonderful. It would be very great.
1990, Nigeria started the African Nations Cup competition like underdogs, having a 5-1 whipping from Algeria. But in the end, they played the final of that competition. Your down memory lane on the overall of the competition, the way Nigeria kicked off and the way Nigeria ended.
Well, sometimes it's not how you start, it's always how you end. They might beat you 5-0 at the end of which you win the tournament. So, when you lose 5-1, the next two games you have to win. So you have to prepare well. Sometimes it's just a wake-up call. How can they beat you 5-1 in the first game? That means that something is wrong. So you got to go back to the drawing board and do the best that you can to make sure you take out that humiliation, because it's a disgrace for just to beat us 5-1. So sometimes it fuels your engine when you lose games like that. You go back very strong and say, what's going on with us? We have a good team. What went wrong? Then you go through your videos and try to make those corrections to make sure you get the next game right, the next one right, before you know you're in the finals. So sometimes it's not just how you start, it's how you finish. And that's the most important thing in everything we do.
For the first time, Samson, even like someone who has worked in the Nigerian media, for the first time, a Nigerian team takes 5 goals, yet the media is unanimous, strong behind them, and even the population strong behind them. What united the media and the population to be behind these boys who had lost 5 goals to 1?
But because the goals don't actually translate the game itself. You understand? So what you saw was like every chance they had, they scored. And you created good. The Nigerian team has created a lot of chances that they couldn't even score. It wasn't that team was better. It's only that they took their chances when they had them. You understand? That was the disadvantage that we had, that we couldn't score. And whenever they go into our goal area, they just have one chance, they just score. So, sometimes, it works like that, which is not supposed to be. But you have a great team. So the next game, you got to prepare well and try to see how you're going to bounce back. And that's what the Nigerian team did. So you never give up. At the beginning, things might happen and you lose your first game. Doesn't mean you've lost out in the tournament. You just got to be strong and come together and, look at the areas you made those mistakes and try to correct them and go back and do your best. And the best was for us to get into the finals. So that was a great turnaround, a great one. And I'm just very proud of it. They knew the kind of team they had. That the first game was just a fluke that Nigerians just, hammered us the way they did. But the most important thing is to get back very strong and, did a great job.
Did you people have any blame game that night when Algeria defeated you 5-1? Any blame game, which is usual sometimes of African players?
It's always going to be a blame game. When you blame, then you have to look at the video and look at those areas that you got to make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. So you got to talk about it and try to fix it. Just don't blame and don't fix the problems. It should never go with them. You understand? So they fixed those problems, and that was why they had a chance to come back very strong. It's not individual sports; it's a collective sport. So we all got to be on the same page to make those corrections, so that we don't have to do them again. To get ourselves back into the game, and not to cry about what has already gone. Just to see how we can get ourselves back and play in the finals, and that was our strength, and that was what happened.
Did you feel cheated in the final? Because there was this penalty which could have been a penalty and not a penalty.
Well, that's what I wanted to bridge. Of course, you did get disappointed in some officiating and all, but at the end of it, what has happened had happened, and it's all about learning from other mistakes or whatever has actually transpired in the, before. And moving forward, you have to learn from it and become a better person and a better coach, and to make sure those mistakes that has happened before will not repeat itself. You can't go back and fix them, but you can fix what's ahead of you.
Samson, in 2018, you were in Cameroon for a Veteran Nights show. Fond memories, still hang around?
Yeah, it was great. I'm very happy that you came over and invited me to be part of it. We had a great time, and we get to meet, ex-internationals just like Mary Jamila and the rest of them, James Deba. It was a great occasion. Once in a while, I think things like this have to be, held, and I appreciate people that have, displayed skills and done a lot of things to be awarded, not just giving awards to people that don't deserve to be awarded, and that's what happened in Nigeria most of the time. They give awards to governors for making roads and all that. I didn't supposed to make roads. You understand? People yeah, that's what they do. I don't take awards. For real. I've never seen anywhere in America where you do roads for your people and they give you an award. It's never happened before. You understand? If you want to have an award, do something extraordinary. Where people say, "Wow, this guy has done so well. Look at him, just by himself, helping young ones to become, great athletes. Sending young ones that are smart to school, give them scholarship. Those kind of award will make a lot of sense. But what you did was wonderful. Bringing the ex-players together and giving those awards for what you believe they've done for their countries and for the nation, and it was wonderful.